can't throw it. We stop the run and need work defending the pass. If we don't give this game away, we win, and we have them here. Brad, use this or not any way you see fit. So he gave you carte blanche.
Thank you, Doug.
By the way, we've done a horrifically bad job.
Of what?
On Parkersburg Brewing.
What do you mean?
At times on this program in its history, we may have over-touted something, maybe exaggerated.
What do you mean, the royal we?
You.
It's
a good point, Hop.
Yeah.
Probably not a we.
In all seriousness, we kid around sometimes and use the word world champion. I knew this, but I forgot. In all seriousness, Parkersburg Brewing, who makes our beer, Connection 304, they won a World Beer Cup, World Championship in 2018 in a competition. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
They actually have a world champion beer.
So you combine that with a world champion biscuit.
This is a world champion show. All we're doing. Ted in Warrington, Virginia, also known as the train guy. I'm checking in from Ocean Course at Kiowa Island for a work event.
Yeah, work.
Naturally, my caddy, he's a 2020 WVU grad from Beckley. He's also a Three Guys listener. Hoping you can shout him out as we both try and overcome the pit depression.
That's a beautiful course. I'm doing it wrong. I went to Kiowa Island this summer, didn't get to a course.
Excuse me?
Was there for a work function, didn't get to a course.
Well, when you stay for more than 4 hours, you can get on the course. You and Neil buzzed down there on big timers, in, out.
What was that for?
Speaking thing.
He flew him down in the morning and came back. He was here by 2 o'clock. Back by 2.
Who was speaking, you or Neil?
Both. Thank you.
Wasn't aware of that.
He got a big paycheck on that. They'd asked for you, and he said, Hoppy's unavailable.
Beautiful Kiowa Island.
Oh, yeah.
Saw the ocean for a minute and a half.
Texter.
Went right into a conference room.
Three Guys, I need you to effort on this.
Did have a great time, though.
Can you confirm or deny that West Virginia also has received this name, image, and likeness deal from Tudor's Biscuit World? Roll that bean video, please.
But I feel good about the track we're on, and I feel good about the players we have. Would love to have some of those guys from Ohio State, too. So if they want to transfer on down, we've got a Tudor's Biscuit NIL, all you can eat. So if any of those guys that run really, really fast at Ohio State like Tudor's Biscuits, I promise you, all you can eat all day if you transfer here. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's Marshall coach Charles Huff, and he let it be known that anyone wants to go there, they get unlimited Tudor's Biscuits. I think we can open, Three Guys can also open that deal up, right?
The challenge of that, though, is we've often discussed, what's all you can eat mean? Is it like 1.5 and then you're full because they're so damn big?
Well,
he was on my public affairs program.
You still do that show?
I do, Mondays and Thursdays.
Cool.
And he kind of said, I was just joking. And I guess, like, in today's, you can't say anything anymore.
Why? How did he get in trouble?
I don't know, but it felt like he was, kind of back. He was just joking. And
it's a funny line.
It is.
That's a funny line. Yeah, but we also strongly, we strongly support Tudor's providing biscuits for NIL opportunities. Linemen would definitely be able to eat 2. Kickers, they're probably down to 1, probably 1 Mountaineer biscuit. And
I don't know. Our guy Ollie likes to eat. He did a nice job when he was in here with us.
He did.
Those sausage rolls had some breading to them.
Yeah.
He took those right down.
I saw his parents before they went back home. They saw the Pitt game last week, and I had to think they had to be thrilled when he faked that punt.
Absolutely.
Tavon Straw.
Tavon Straw. Pac-Man Straw. Gentlemen, since my first text was the first one Tony read last show, I am declaring myself a P1 listener. It also helps soften the blow you 3 delivered on my birthday last year when you refused to let me crash at your houses after the Charles Wesley Godwin concert in December. Hoppy's words, that's a hard no. Still ring in my ears and haunt my sleep. I think, is this the real reason homeless Dave is homeless? I am now ready to bury the hatchet and move on. Kansas awaits, and I've got a good feeling we'll straighten things out Saturday, signed by P1 Scott in Stafford. I do remember when you said that. That's a hard no. Texter, I love you guys, but you have to do one thing for me. You have to stop with this wildly unscientific postulating that because we won or lost to a certain team in a certain year in the third game determines what outcome is for the year. It doesn't help anything, and it's just not correct. It doesn't even reach the level of causation or correlation. Signed, Cletus in Charleston.
Who's he talking to? Us?
You all did that on Sportsline, didn't you?
What did we say, that if you're
What did we say?
If you're 1-3, we were talking about that yesterday.
I mean,
Tony.
the last time West Virginia went 1-3, they went 1-4 and finished 8-5.
What year was that? Mid '80s.
And Rich is Rich was was it either 03 or 05?
Wait, so I'm confused. Who said?
I don't know.
Who said because they lost to Pitt that's going
I
to
don't
do the rest?
Doesn't
I
matter.
don't
Just-
understand.
Was that when Pat White started playing
No,
quarter?
that was when we got rolling, and then Maryland beat us in the bowl game. But we had put a streak together of 7 in a row. I looked it up. It was 05, was it? 05 or 03?
I'll look it up.
Might be 03.
Look it up.
Matt from Scranton, PA, first time, long time. I was listening to your Pitt review, and one thing stuck out. On a game-by-game basis, players need to make plays is undoubtedly true. The Pitt game not played in a vacuum, though. If a team is consistently underperforming the standard 5 or 6 out of 6 years, it's no longer the guys you have just don't make the right plays. It's either a failure of recruiting, development, or game management. Never ranked during the season. 2-14 against the top 25. Conference record 20-24. Overall 32-31. 6 games under 500 against Power 4. I know that you guys made that comment within the context of the Pitt game, and I think what you said was true regarding that. The big picture, though, the problem is that the Pitt game was not an aberration. It is the new norm. Love the pod. Appreciate you guys. Just feel I digress with that assessment. Well, I would say to you, to your point, you're right. The Pitt game was one game. Let's let the thing play out. And let's just, I'm totally with you, but let's take the number look after it's all over. So let's not think that the complete meal is cooked here. Let's see what they do in the next 9 games.
It was 2003, Tony. You're right.
Yeah.
Start out with a loss to Wisconsin, beat East Carolina, lost to Cincinnati, lost to Maryland, lost to second-ranked Miami, then got on a roll. Rutgers, Virginia Tech, UCF, Boston College, Pitt, Syracuse, Temple, all wins.
Rich is in a tough one right now. They got Southern Miss this weekend, and they have had a bad start.
Have they?
I think they're 0-3.
I got to check and see who was on that 2003 team.
Texter.
Rashid.
Was that Rashid? Hall of Famer Rashid Marshall?
Correct. Texter, just watch the Falcons
Quincy.
Just watch the Falcons go 80 yards and 4 passing plays in 1 minute against the Eagles' professional secondary defenders. So why is everyone offended when this happens against amateur college players? People need to get real. Signed by Grayson in Hilltop. Texter, like they say on The Bear, every second counts. A football game, 3,600 seconds. In the 7,200 seconds West Virginia has faced Pitt and Penn State, 30 seconds at the end of the first half killed the Penn State game, and the last 240 seconds of the Pitt game caused the loss. 96% of the seconds played, Mountaineers were winning or competing to win. Coaches need to get these players focused on every second this week because that Kansas QB can put a TD on the board in a matter of a second without more focus. He will. Texter, as your official podcast historian, here is a summary of episode number 574 in haiku form. Go Mart, best service. Big Brad wants Reese Cup now. Who wouldn't comply? P.S. The fellow with the list of WVU-themed dog names forgot my 3 favorites. Doghannes Hair Bear.
Oh, that's really good.
Aubrey Barks. Rodney Growliger. I love the show. Pete from Pennsboro. Those are really good. By the way, speaking of Johannes Hair Bear, in town this weekend to be celebrated with the Elite 8 basketball team, the 20th anniversary. Great to see. It'll be great to see Joe.
Did you follow up on trying to get Coach Beeline at Three Guys Tailgate?
I've not efforted that yet, but I think I can do that.
Okay. That 2003 team has a pretty good team. A lot of players on that, by the way.
Texter, at what point will you guys stop defending him? It's his sixth season. It's his recruiting class. It's his offense, his defense, his play calling, his game management. He is ultimately responsible for the Mountaineers being left out of the top 25 since 2018. He had his chance. It's on him. If this team doesn't win at least 7 or 8 games, he needs to go.
Look, I understand the dissatisfaction. The Pitt loss is devastating in so many ways, and an athletic director, if he or she is doing their job, they're constantly evaluating the state of in every program. That evaluation, they cannot afford to be emotional. They can't be emotional about it. Fans are expected to be emotional. They will be emotional because they're vested. So an athletics director has to have almost a detached view of it. They can't be too high or too low based on a win or a loss. They have to evaluate the program objectively. And I believe that Ren Baker is in a constant state of doing that. So you're not going to fire the coach after a disappointing couple of losses. You're just not going to do that. It doesn't make sense financially. It doesn't make sense in terms of how you run a program. But this guy, Ren Baker, is on it, and he's in a constant state of evaluation. So, as you've said, Tony, many times, you have to let it play out.
Yeah, see what it does.
You know what's interesting? So I assume if West Virginia beats Kansas this week, it'll be ranked, right? Because that's what happens. Illinois beat Kansas and got ranked, and Illinois' wins are Eastern Illinois and Central Michigan. They got ranked.
Because they beat Kansas when everybody thought Kansas was a big deal.
And then Kansas came out of the rankings. UNLV got the win, and they get ranked. They have wins over Houston, who fired its coach and is rebuilding. Utah Tech and Kansas that wasn't there. So UNLV got ranked. So I assume you get ranked if you beat Kansas.
No, you're not going to be ranked.
Texter.
They got ranked.
No, but that's...
Was the Utah Tech win? Did it for Vegas?
I think
That's
it was.
what got them in.
You know, it's the win when you beat somebody who everybody thinks is good.
Yeah. Didn't think that's how it worked, but okay.
I've had a few days, gentlemen, to digest Saturday's game. I could use one of those Tudor's biscuits to soak up the extra beers I drank Saturday night to numb the pain, but I digress. A few key points that need to be looked at. Garrett isn't running as much as he should. We need him out of the pocket. He's more dynamic there. C.J. Donaldson running stretch and Jaheim running between tackles. A lot of curious play calling.
Except I'll tell you what, that stretch, you get a block, that's a touchdown.
Most concerning, Neil keeps referring to personnel. That's a quick way to lose the locker room. Most guys have been here. The new guys started on decent Power 5 defenses last year. How about the coaching personnel taking accountability? You know it's bad when your coordinator is deleting his Twitter account right after the game. Texter, Connection 304 is an okay name for your new beer, but I think you missed a great opportunity. Why not continue the Kurt Chevelle theme of naming the new beer after one of the Three Guys podcasters? This time around, you could have honored Brad by naming the beer Howdy Doody Appalachian Ale. You've had a catchy, memorable name that was personalized to the Three Guys brand. What's not to love? It just rolls off the tongue, Tony. As an added bonus, there's already another beer named Howdy Beer. You could just steal their marketing campaign, add duty to the logo. You may have even duped some unsuspecting Howdy Beer drinkers into buying Howdy Doody beer. There it is. There are the pictures of Howdy Beer.
No, we honor copyrights here at Three Guys. Don't want to get any legal problems.
Absolutely.
Plus, if you go Howdy, I'm sure somewhere there's a Howdy Doody protected rights thing, and we don't want to do that. Yeah. Plus, Connection 304 is is the consistent theme
of the state.
The state.
This is the show that brings the people together across the aisles. Three Guys, here's an update on your over and unders a quarter of the way through the season. Rushing attempts so far. There have been 114 through 3 games. That translates to 456. The trend is toward the under, and Brad was the only one that took the under preseason. Number 2, yes or no to a 1,000-yard rusher. Right now, CJ's on track for 984 would just miss. Team leader for individual sacks over under 5.5.